Oh dear. Oh good heavens no. Oh dear no. Oh my heavens no. Henry. Oh Henry.
Cornice? Is that you, my dear? What in the dickens could be wrong?
Oh Henry dear, I think I've broken the toilet in the lavatory.
Ah, yes. Must have been the beef Wellington. I had trouble today myself.
Oh, this is terrible, Henry. I suppose we'll have to move now.
Of course, no other option. I'll have Chapman bring the car around and retrieve the luggage.
All right, dear.
Wait a second. We don't have to move. All we have to do is watch America's Funniest Handyman on YouTube.
That's brilliant, Henry. Absolutely brilliant.
Indeed, my love. Indeed. Hello, and welcome back to America's Funniest Handyman. I'm Kevin Wafting Odor, filling in for Tommy Highland. You're probably wondering, why is he in the bathroom with a wonderful plate of yummy cupcakes? That's a great question. Well, today we're going to teach you how to select and properly use a plunger to get both yourself and your toilet out of a jam. And in order to teach you how to properly unclog a toilet, well, I guess I've got to properly clog it up in the first place. And in the interest of not condescending to scatological humor, stooping to poop jokes, we have decided to take to the high road and promote the brand at the same time. So we've whipped up a batch of America's Funniest Handyman cupcakes, which, as it were, actually quite resemble the real thing, both in texture and stickiness. So I'm going to go ahead and do the honors of dropping a couple of these wonderful America's Funniest Handyman cupcakes down into the bowl. Here we go. Onesie. Ooh. Can't forget about this guy. And one more for good measure. We definitely want to simulate my auntie's beef Wellington. There we go. And for good measure, we will simulate somebody using way too much toilet paper. All right, let's see if that does the trick. No. That did not do the trick. They went right down, so I think this time we'll just let them sit for a while.
Go. And the toilet paper.
All right, that ought to do it. We'll close the lid and leave this little surprise for Tommy Highland, who will come back and have to clean it all up. Hope he brings some gloves. Hi folks, great to be back. Whenever I show up to the scene of an accident, first thing I do is put on my gloves. You don't want to mess with anything like this without putting on a pair of gloves. And incidentally, if you need a doctor, not only do I have gloves, I have a whole shop full of tools. And I'm always happy to pop the hood and take a look at your drivetrain. Whoa! Hey, that's probably one of the prettiest and cleanest messes I've ever seen in a toilet. It's definitely clogged up with toilet paper and cupcakes. So our job is to get that out. So I'm going to describe to you that there's a couple of different kinds of plungers you can use. One plunger that you see very common is just a plain and simple flat plunger like this. And a flat plunger like this is typically designed for inside of a bathtub or a sink, where it'll actually lay flat and you'll be able to create some suction and buildup with that. This one also has a cup that helps pull it out. And I have an even larger version. This one's called a Corky. Now I really like Corky because Corky comes with a little bit of a T-handle and it opens up a little bit to give you some real leverage. So what you got to do is you got to get water down inside this so that you're not just forcing air. What you want to do is fill most of this full of water, and then this little part right here is what goes down into that little cavity that eventually becomes a pipe. So what we're actually doing is we're creating some suction, but we're not using air. We're just using a forceful movement of this much water is getting forced down into the drain pipes. And when that happens and you bring it back up and move it back, you're actually moving water back and forth inside the drain pipes, which moves the clog at the same time. Here we go. Watch this. This is pretty cool when it goes and everything leaves the toilet. Okay, there's the bubbles. So I was able to fill that up with water. And now I'm gonna feel my way down into that spot. And then I'm gonna start.
Maybe you can't tell a joke, but when your stuff gets
Really clogged it up good.
what do? You give Tommy a call, whether it's large or small. There's no project he can't see through. Let's laugh and learn from this handyman, with Kitty hold this by his side, fixing stuff in a serious way with a not so serious guy.
There it went. Whew. So, as you can see, the big huge plunger didn't work so well. Didn't work that great. The other one was shaped better. Now we give it a second flush just to get all that blue icing and strawberry shortcake out of there. All right, there you go. The same principles apply if you're trying to clear a shower drain or a sink drain. In one of my other videos, I'm going to show you guys how to remove the little trap underneath your sink to unclog all the hair and stuff that gets under your sink. And would you look at that? Kevin or somebody dropped an extra cupcake back behind the toilet.
Lucky me.
Gotcha. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Hey folks, thanks for dropping by today. And as always, thanks for letting us bring a whole lot of experience and a little bit of humor onto your job site.
Fixing stuff in a serious way, a not so serious guy.